This is project 4a, chapter 2, starting from page number 55. We'll be talking about if function. So in the if function, we have some kind of a conditional testing. So let me just go ahead and show you what I mean here. So let's say I type in if, oops, I have to start with an equal sign. In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and click on this insert function, and then I'm going to type logic, select the logical, and then click on if. So if function has three required parameters. One is the test, logical test, and then the second one would be, okay, what if the test turned out to be true, then what will happen? And the third parameter will be, what if the logical test turned out to be false, and what's the returning value? So that's basically what if function is constructed. And let's go ahead and do this. Before we do that, let's just go quickly review the logical test. So this is a greater, this is a less than, and this is equal to, and this is a greater than or equal to, or that is, and this is a less than or equal to. So you can say one is greater than 5. Let's say you tested it. Obviously 1 is not greater than 5, so it will return false. So, and then we have, let's say 5 is less than 10. Is it true or false? Well, that is true, because 5 is less than 10, so it will return true. Let's say 5 is greater than or equal to 5. Is it true or false? Well, in this case, it's greater than equal to 5 is true, because 5 is equal to 5. So these are the examples of logical test. So let's go ahead and apply that concept to this table here. And we have salespeople, and this is the quarter. So that's the amount, those are the amounts that they're supposed to sell, and these are the actual amounts that they sold. And depending on the condition, for example, if the salesperson sold more than the quarter, then that person will get bonus. Let's say 15% of the sales amount. If not, they don't get any. So that's the basic goal of the formula. So we'll start a formula with an equal sign. And let's just go ahead and do that in the formula bar. So we have an equal sign, and then we type in the word if. So don't worry about uppercase or lowercase. In the formula, it's okay to use lowercase or uppercase. And put the opening parenthesis, and then first parameter will be the logical test. So we are going to test if B5 is less than, actually I'm going to just turn that around, if C5 is greater than B5. That basically means if actual sales is greater than quarter, then, so we put the comma there, then the return value, whatever the return value. So if somebody sold, a salesperson sold more than they were assigned to, then they'll get a bonus. So the bonus will be C5 multiplied by 0.15. That is basically 15%. So if you multiply a number by a fraction, that you get the percentage. In this case, 15%. So you multiply that number by 0.15, you get 15%. And then what if this condition turned out to be, or logical test turned out to be false? And then that person gets 0, and close the parenthesis and hit the enter key. So because Alejandro sold more than the quarter, he gets 15%. So about 15% of $103,000 would be about $15,000. That's a very good bonus. So let's go ahead and do the autofill to the rest of the column. And I noticed that Crispin didn't get any because the quarter was greater than actual sales. So that's represented with hyphen saying that this is a 0. Basically the same thing for Little Man. The quarter was a little bit higher than actual, and then Jarvis get bonus and so on. So okay, so this is good, but what if you want to give more incentive? So if you sell more than the quarter, you want to give more or bigger bonus. So that'll be even more incentive. So how do you change that? Well, you just go back to the formula bar and replace 0.15 with 0.25. So that'll be 25%, or the quarter of the sales amount, which is very, very generous. And then you have to autofill to the rest of the column to reflect the change. So the number have changed so far. Okay, so that's it.